All right, now getting into probably the most interesting part of today's episode, which is Drake's discography ranking. Now I'm just gonna be ranking everything that Drake has on Spotify. I'm also gonna be including his Certified Lover Boy and collab album with Future as well. So starting at number 11, we got Darkling demo tapes. Darkling demo tapes is a collection of unreleased Drake songs throughout the years, throwaway tracks, as well as the TikTok twisty slide sort of thing he had. Uh, Again, it's a decent album. It's for a bottom ranking album. It's decent. Good 6 out of 10. Has a couple good songs on here, but the mixing and mastering and just the messiness of it doesn't really resonate with me. Next up is the one similar to certified, or sorry, next up is the one similar to Darkling demo tapes. We got Care Package. Care Package was dropped as a collection of unreleased Drake songs throughout the years. He dropped it back in 2019. It has songs like 5 a.m. in Toronto, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, uh, the one with J. Cole, Jodeci Freestyle, and it has some real good classic Drake songs on here. And just because it's a collection, it's bottom ranking for me. But if he put this out as an album, this would definitely be a higher tier ranking album. Next up is number 9. We got Thank Me Later. Thank Me Later is a more condensed version of So Far Gone. I think that it's not as experimental as So Far Gone, and some of the songs just are boring and slow and fall flat for me, so I'm not a huge fan of Think Later. I really like the songs Find Your Love and Fancy. I think those are fucking bangers, as well as Miss Me and Over. Those are awesome throwback Drake songs right there. But yeah, Thank Me Later at number 9. Number 8 is Scorpion. Scorpion was released as almost a two-sided album. The first side consisting of, hitmaker rapping Drake songs like we got Nonstop, Elevate, as well as the songs like Nice for What and In My Feelings on the side B side. For me, side B really felt flat. It wasn't that exciting. It wasn't as exciting as side A, and kind of just dragged out the album too long for me, and that's why it's lower. It's because the side B just doesn't really stick with me so much. But side A is really good. I'm a huge fan of the song Elevate as well as Nonstop. Just let me look at this track list. Hold up. Huge fan of, like I said, Elevate, Nonstop, 8 out of 10, Mob Ties, Is There More, all great songs. Nice for What, In My Feelings, Blue Tint. But there's songs like Summer Games, Peak, Don't Matter to Me that just make the album terrible for me, or the side B terrible. Who's in the live? Oh, what's up? We got one viewer still. Anyways, coming in at number 7 is So Far Gone. Now, So Far Gone is Drake's debut album or mixtape. I'm not sure. You guys can correct me on that if it's an album or mixtape. For me, Drake's experimenting with a lot of different sounds on here. He's got R&B, he's got rap, and he's using a number of different samples. And he also has kind of a more alternative, folkier sound on here, which didn't sound that good. But yes, So Far Gone has some classics like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Is the Calm. I'm a huge fan of the Calm. Ignorant Shit, which is a kind of a remix of Jay-Z's Ignorant Shit back in, I think, 2007, something like that. He's got a Lil Wayne feature on there. Really solid album. So Far Gone at number 7. And at number 6, we got What a Time to Be Alive. What a Time to Be Alive is, of course, Drake's collab album with Future. They have classics on here like Jumpman, Live from the Gutter, Digital Dash, Big Rings, Changed Locations. Huge fan of this album. For me, it's a little mid because Drake's had better albums, but then again, really good classics on here. A lot of throwbacks for me. But yeah, number 6 is What a Time to Be Alive. At number 5 is Views. When Views first dropped, it got kind of mixed reviews because it wasn't really what people expected, but I think it needed time to grow on people. I think I really like the aesthetic of this album. If you get the aesthetic of this album, I think you like it. It's a very cozy, wintry album. It sounds like if I was in Toronto in the wintertime, that's what View sounds like. A January morning in Toronto. I've never been to Toronto on a January morning, but if I did, I'm pretty sure that this is what it would sound like. Favorite songs are Hotline Bling, Views, Summer's Over Interlude, and Fire and Desire. Views at number 5. At number 4 is More Life. More Life was released as a playlist. Even though it's technically an album or a mixtape, it was a playlist, which makes it a bit messier, but I kind of like the way that the songs transition into each other. It's like, I don't know, it's mixed really well. I like the song Free Smoke. I like the song Do Not Disturb, Teenage Fever, 4422. These are all some really good songs on here. And yeah, it's a messy album, but the tracks on here are absolute classics. He has some absolute classics on here, and More Life is very underappreciated in my opinion. So yeah, at More Life we got number 4. Or number 3 is Take Care. Take Care is probably a classic for a lot of people. I think a lot of people would put Take Care as their number 1. For me, it's almost peak Drake. This is Drake right before he hit his peak. I think Take Care has a lot of nostalgia for me. I remember like when I was 10 listening to the Motto, or when I heard Headlines or Take Care on the radio. It just brings back a lot of nostalgia. Some good songs like Lord Knows, Make Me Proud, the Buried Alive interlude featuring Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick's verse on here, but yeah, super vibey album. It's just got vibes, and I love the aesthetic of Take Care. So yeah, Take Care at number 3. Number 2, we got Nothing Was the Same. Nothing Was the Same is for me a slightly better, more condensed version of Take Care. It took all the best aspects of Take Care and put it into a 13 track album. Everything on here has a purpose. All the songs are connected and flow together well. We got the opening Tuscan Leather to the closing track Pound Cake / Paris Morton Music 2. This album's an absolute classic and I love it. Yeah, number 2, Nothing Was the Same. And if you haven't already figured out, my number 1 is If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. I think If You're Reading This, It's Too Late is peak Drake. Like summertime 2015, if you guys remember, Drake was everything. There's like, we were talking about the 6, views from the 6 and all that shit. And it was a really great time to be a Canadian. And it still is because Drake's still doing really well. Excuse me, I'm dying. Anyways, yeah, if you're reading this as the hungry Drake, I think the hunger of early Drake is back in this album right here, or sorry, in this mixtape. We got bars on songs like Energy, Know Yourself, No Tellin', Madonna, Six God, Star 67, Preach, Wednesday Night Interlude, Used to, Six Man, Now and Forever, Company, You and the Six, Jungle, 6 p.m. in New York. These are all classic Drake songs. And to me, this is the epitome of Drake. This is the peak of Drake. And if you're reading this, it's too late.